Hey everyone, it's 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗓 here. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I'm super passionate about, which is self-love. And why I'm so passionate about it is because I was lucky enough to go through this amazing self-love discovery journey when I was diagnosed with cancer. As I spent more time with myself and allowed myself to really get to know who I was, I really realized that I hadn't really stopped to learn to love myself. And I wasn't really taught that concept of self-love. I didn't even know what self-love was. In actual fact, when I started reading books and doing my own research on how I could help my body to heal during chemotherapy, I came across this word all the time, self-love here, self-love there. And I had to look it up into the dictionary to really understand, like, what is this? I understand this love, this self. I understand this to love myself, but how do you even explain that? Like, how do you even touch this? How do you even feel this? Where do you get this, right? And for me, it was very much a process and a journey that I went through every single day by practicing habits that were very different than before my diagnosis. Things like allowing myself time to sit with myself and to check in with my body, to check in how I was feeling. Chemotherapy was really, really rough. I'm not going to lie. I was sick for 24/7, feeling nauseous all the time. And it's a very dangerous time because, anything can happen in your body. And I went myself lots of times to emergency because, things were far from ideal and I needed to be, really in a place where people could, doctors could help me. So you have to be very, very connected to how you're feeling, because if you're feeling anything that is out of the normal, doctors will always advise you to go to the hospital. And as I, started going down this journey, and really getting connected to how I was feeling after each session, and as the days progressed, I had 2 weeks in between sessions and feeling, if there was anything wrong or if I was getting better, getting to know really how I was feeling and if everything was okay, if I was safe to be at home. I started connecting to something much deeper than that, which was, who I was, who I had been to that point, all the stuff that weren't so beautiful, things that I had been holding on to, the anger, the resentment, the amazing things that I had done with my life, the traveling, learning new languages, having my kids in the different countries, doing life, in 5 different countries. I mean, there were so many beautiful things, but I hadn't really stopped to that point to acknowledge the good and the bad. And when I say the bad is also very important to be acknowledged, because for me, unless I acknowledged that I had been angry and resented, life and things that had happened to me, I wouldn't be able to find my way to forgiveness and find my way to making peace of what had happened to me in the past. So self-love is really true, deep, raw, and honest acceptance of who you are, of where you are, of the person who you have become. And from that place, anything can change, and if you're not happy with, but I really think that that's a place of building this solid foundation of, I really accept who I am, and I love myself as I am. And from this place, I can change, I can create a different life, I can chase my dreams, and I can do what I want. But deep down, I love and accept myself, and I embrace myself as I am. And if I have to put down into 3 bullet points of how do you really create, this self-love feeling in your body, mind, and soul, one would be to quiet your mind and yourself physically as well. Not, sometimes even going for a walk is too much. I believe it's really important to stop everything and close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, all the interactions around you is also, stopped, and you have to go within, and you have to feel your body, and you have to look within your thoughts and observe your thoughts. And it might be really messy at the beginning, but the more you do it, the more benefits you get out of it, the more connection you make to yourself. And so one would be quieting your mind and your body, so you're not on the move and you're not busy with anything other than quieting yourself. Two would be every day checking in, how do I feel today? Do I feel tired? Do I feel stressed? Do I feel anxious? Do I feel sad? Did anything happen today that really upset me? So, before you go to bed, you can always check in and go, okay, what has happened today that I just need to check in and acknowledge. You don't have to resolve all your traumas and, childhood issues every single day. But, by acknowledging, you're kind of giving yourself the time and the love every single day, as you would for your child, as you would for your pet, as you would to your partner, your husband, your wife, to your mom and dad, your brother, sister, friend, right? You're just checking in. That is such an important part. I was so busy that I would be going from one thing to another, and I would never check in with myself, and I would just kind of run over through everything and push through every emotion, push through everything that I was feeling and going through, and really ignore it all, which wasn't beneficial for my health. Because although we think that we can do that, in actual fact, our body is storing all of that energy, the good and the bad. And if you have a lot of energy that's been stored, that it's full of anger and resentment, like I did, your body will suffer, and it's very difficult for you to achieve the feeling of, I accept myself, I love myself, because you are full of anger and resentment and anxiety, depression, sadness, and all of the rest of it. So it's important to check in with you every single day, to really know where you are at. And the third thing would be to think about one thing that you are grateful for, either at the beginning of the day, which I do every day, or at the end of the day. It's very easy for us to I write things down, because I think writing down is more powerful. I have a pad next to me that I just wake up and I write things down after I do my meditation practice and my exercise. When you write things down, you really stop and think about it. You just don't make it as like an automatic thing. And when you turn your attention to gratitude, again, you connect yourself to the feeling of love and the feeling of wholeness, and the positive feelings, and where your focus goes, you start, your energy goes into that as well. So, even if you did that every single day and you didn't do anything else, for that minute, for that 30 seconds, you were focusing on something that it's positive, that it's adding to your cup. Sometimes we go through times in our lives that it's so hard to find one thing that you're grateful for, right? I've been there, during cancer treatment, for me, it was so difficult, like how, it was hard enough to get out of bed some days. And, the more I started practicing the gratitude, the more, the connection with the love and acceptance and compassion I could make every single day in my body, mind, and soul. So those are the three things that I still practice up to this date, and I think that's really, really important. So if you feel disconnected from that sense of like acceptance and love and embracing you as you, and if you have things that you haven't been able to accept from yourself, this is three good, really, really powerful practices that can start getting on this journey. And and if you want to know more about my self-love discovery journey, I do have a self-paced course that will take you through 5 tools that you can utilize every single day. My journey, my learnings around this. For me, it was 7.5 months of chemotherapy that I stayed by myself, that I really, one of the biggest gifts that cancer has given me was to truly connect to the feeling of loving and accepting myself. There is a link below that you can get this course straight away, easy, simple tools. I am all about habits, simple habits that you practice every day, that it compounds into a massive impact. 4.5 years on after my diagnosis, I feel the healthiest and the happiest I've ever been because I started practicing those simple habits every single day consistently. So if you want to check it out, link below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and leave me a comment if you have any questions and if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.